Hello, everybody. My name is John Porter. I'm talking to you from Denmark, from just outside Copenhagen in Denmark. And Ash Pachari has asked me to say a few words about his father, Rajendra Pachari, who was always known within IPCC as Pachi. And I'm delighted to be able to respond to that request from Ash because his father was an exceptional person. And I think he fits quite nicely into the idea of trying to engage young people. Because even though he was a very senior man, he always had a twinkle in his eye, and so he was a person who was quite old, but was really young at heart. His heart and his brain were young, and that was part of his success as being so involved in the IPCC. If I speak personally about him, I met him first in Tsukuba in Japan when we were starting the fifth assessment report for the IPCC, and he had a great ability as a leader. I mean, what makes a good leader? Well, a good leader is someone who is able to galvanize people, to bring them together, to make them feel important, and to make them feel confident, and to be courteous and interested and polite. And he did so much traveling around, but he still always had that ability to engage with people. The second time I think I saw him was in San Francisco. We had a meeting of the IPCC Fifth Assessment Group in San Francisco. And yes, he was also a very elegant man. He turned up with his black Homburg on, which was his archetypal headgear. And again, he was doing doing the rounds, engaging with people, going to chat people, making people feel good and important to do this kind of work, because this was really crucial work we were doing. And the final time I saw him was in Tsukuba in Japan, where we had the final summary for policymakers meeting in Tsukuba in Japan, and these events were very political, and I remember Apache getting very frustrated with the delegates, and because some of the delegates were basically trying to rewrite what the scientists had written, and he stormed. He had his fist, and he said, "This report was written by the scientists and not by the delegates." And that made a big impression, I think, because after that, everybody started behaving themselves. And so he was a man also of enormous, in Danish would say pondus, with enormous presence. He had a good presence. And then towards the end of his life, I had some very nice interactions with him. Particularly, he was interested in food security, and I was the person who led the chapter on food security in the fifth assessment report. And so we had a lot of correspondence, actually. And he invited me to attend one of the World Development Forums in Mexico, where I was delighted to be. So he Pachi, and also he had we did, on a personal note, we did share a great love of cricket. I played cricket in the UK at a reasonably high level, and I think he had a cricket pitch at Terry in India. And I would love to have had a game of cricket with him, but unfortunately that was not to be. But I still have, ideas about how it might have been. Okay, so Ash and everybody, I'm delighted, as I said, to offer these few words for your father. He was an exceptional person. He commanded enormous respect from the whole of the IPCC community, and he died. He died far too young. We need people like your father for now and also in the future. So all the best for your conference. I'm sorry I can't be there. I don't do so much traveling anymore as an emeritus professor. But anyway, I do hope you have a great time with the conference, and and remember Rajendra Pachari, or Pachi as we always knew him. Thank you very much.